Our guest on this episode holds a bachelor's degree in biochemistry. In order to develop skills and competence in skin therapy, she proceeded to the London School of Beauty and Makeup, where she obtained the IHBC Level 2 International Award in Skincare. She also attended the Institute of Laser and Aesthetic Medicine, Ilamed, India, where she obtained postgraduate degree in cosmetology with emphasis on laser dermatology. In addition to this, she obtained an advanced certificate in cosmetic chemistry from International School of Aesthetics and Spa. She's a fellow of Vital Voices Global Partnership. Please welcome to the show Oluwakemi Ajiboye, the Chief Executive Officer of Crystal Skin Ventures Limited, owner of Crystal Shine Skincare Clinic.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. What motivated you to go into skincare business?
Yeah, as a little girl, I lost an aunt to skin cancer, and I made a promise that I would ensure that no one ever dies around me to skin cancer anymore.
What are the absolute best and worst things people can do to their skin?
You can imagine someone bringing a mother to my clinic and saying, "Doctor, please tell my mom to stop using hypo on her skin."
Wow.
So you can imagine people could condescend to that level of using hypo on the skin. I mean, that's incredible.
Wow. Well, if there is one thing you know about the skin that everyone should know, what would that be?
I'm going to say that little is more. The skin doesn't need so much to be applied on before it can produce any effect. If you really want the skin to produce the effect that you desire, just give it a little food. Little is more.
Little food.
It's more.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Some people, in a bid to make their skin glow, they just apply various types of creams on their skin without the knowledge of their skin type. What would you advise such people?
You know, in this part of the world, cosmetics are not generally regulated. Just like pharmaceuticals, cosmetics should be regulated. You should get to know what your skin is made up of. You should get to know what the skin desires, what the skin craves for. And you should get to understand your skin. You know, the skin talks. There is a way the skin speaks to you. Understand how your skin communicates to you, and you will be able to feed the skin better. What we do, we run tests, we run analysis before any form of prescription. We get to know what the skin is composed of in the dermis. This is your epidermis.
Okay.
This is a dead layer. It doesn't represent the skin. The true living skin is beneath. That's the dermis.
Wow.
So you should learn, you should get to know what the true living skin is, and that way you will know what best suits it.
I think with what you've just said, there should be an awareness. You know, you have to let people know that they need to undergo test
Exactly.
before they apply any cream on their body.
Right.
You know, is there any such awareness from
Yeah,
your
we're
end?
trying. Maybe we need to try more.
Explain to me how a common skin problem called pimples should be cared for, and what are the major causes of it?
That's an interesting topic, you know. Acne is affected by about 10% of the entire world's population. So it's not something that is just peculiar with Africans. I think it's a global problem. And yes, I'm just going to run by a couple of things that one should be one should take into consideration when you're having acne or you don't want to have acne. One, you have to ensure you're not taking the wrong food. You're not feeding the skin with the wrong food. What I mean by food now is the cosmetics. whatever you're feeding your skin with, make sure it is not comedogenic. What do I mean by comedogenic? Something that can trigger the production of sebum. Sebum is the natural oil that the skin produces. Another thing, your diet. Though there is no, it's controversial really, there is no proven record or research that says some certain foods can trigger acne. But there are some basic facts, and we call it mechanism in biochemistry, we call it pathways. For example, when you are ingesting high glycemic food, glycemic sugar, high
What
sugar.
do you mean by glass?
Glycemic. Glycemic means foods that are rich in sugar, like carbohydrates. So like rice, for example, bread, biscuits, chocolate, ice cream. When you take such, it's as a way of increasing the insulin level, the sugar level in the blood. When the sugar level in the blood is increased, your insulin goes up. When the insulin goes up, it also triggers growth hormones like the androgen. Androgen is a hormone. And when such is triggered, the metabolism in the system increases, meaning the rate at which the cells they produce, they replicate themselves will become higher. If that is higher, then your sebum production, that's the natural oil, remember, that's the natural oil that the skin produces. And sebum goes up. If sebum goes up, automatically acne comes up. So when you have acne that is infectious, when you see acne or pimple that is not yellowish, that doesn't have a yellow point, yellow head, it's not infectious, it's a purple. We call it purple. But when the acne has like a yellow dot, then it becomes, it's already infected by bacteria. And we all have bacteria on our hands. We go about with bacteria. So when you have acne and you just touch, you get infected. So your lifestyle, diet, stress, hormone imbalances, when you're moving from one phase of your life to another phase, it can trigger fluctuations of your hormones. And that will also affect your sebum production, and that leads to acne formation.
When is your opinion, do you think a good dermatologist
should be consulted?
Yes.
Okay. At what level?
At what level?
At what stage should does one need to see a dermatologist? Right. A dermatologist is your friend. It's like you saying, at what level do I need to take my hair to the salon? If you really desire that touch on your skin, the extra touch, you get it. The extra touch, you need to see a dermatologist. Then when you have skin infections, maybe inflammation, localized erythema, redness, your skin suddenly becomes swollen, it suddenly changes color, you have concerns about your skin, I do not think self-medication is the right way to go. So it's always best you consult your dermatologist, especially more for medical skin conditions.
I've actually noticed, and I'm very sure you must have noticed too, that many ladies are easily attracted to men when they are light-skinned. So I think this this usually pops them into using bleaching creams. So in your opinion, what are the implications of the use of bleaching cream? Because in most cases, some may not even know that there is difference between bleaching and toning. Let me just put it that way.
I love the word you used. Toning is quite different from bleaching. Toning has nothing to do with hazard. Toning means rejuvenation. When you're toning your skin, it means you're trying to stimulate the production of new skin cells. And you're trying to get rid of dirt, that's desquamation. So when you now talk about skin bleaching, meaning that you are eradicating, forcefully some layers of your
your
skin.
skin.
Tony doesn't do that.
Okay.
Tony feeds the skin with the right ingredient. When you talk about bleaching, you are causing more harm than good to the
To
skin.
the skin.
So, and the implication is enormous, you know. It leads to cancer. And, you know, the annoying thing is, you may be innocent, I may be bleaching, and in a way endanger your life, because some bleaching ingredients can actually emit down to someone close to you. It doesn't have its implications only on the user, but it also affects the secondary user, just like
Wow.
smoking.
Exactly.
So I think bleaching is something that should be frowned at, and it should be legalized as a criminal act. Yeah, once you see green veins
Green veins.
coming out, it endangers your
Wow.
blood vessels. You also put others around you at risk,
At risk.
health risk.
Can you tell us the most frequent skin issues you have treated in your clinic?
What is really very frequent, interestingly, is genital wart removal. You know, most people do
Genital
not
warts,
wart, W-A-R-T, wart.
What? Okay.
Most people do not like to, you know, people tend to shy away from their privacy. They don't want any intrusion into their private life. So some people suffer in silence.
Wow.
But lately, I know people are now coming out. They are more confident, to come out and say, you know what, this is what I'm facing. So I think it's something that we need to talk more about. What they have viral infections, and sometimes they are hereditary, and sometimes they are sexually transmitted. And the best approach to it, please see your dermatologist when you have any form of growth on your skin, so it can be taken care of professionally.
Okay. Have you ever experienced any skin problem?
Of course,
And-
yes.
I would like you to share your experience with us.
Of course, yes. You know, I remember when I was formulating my product,
Okay.
and I had to do a lot of trials and error. And I used some certain ingredients. I did a particular formulation, and I used it on my skin, and it gave me erythema. You know, that's like a blush.
Blush on your face,
I'm
or
telling
what part
you.
of your body?
I'm telling you, it was on
You
my
tested
face.
it on your face.
Yeah, before I
That's
could
risky.
before I could give you something to use, I should be confident that I have tried it on my own skin and it is safe to
But I
use.
think you can always try it on, probably on animals or.
Some ingredients cannot be tested on animals.
Okay.
Yes, I had blush for a long time, but eventually I treated it and it's all gone. This is my natural skin without makeup, no blush again. We have a clinic in Ikorodu, that's number 17, Obasekumade Road. Then we have another one on number 13B, Osho Street, Okpebi Link Road. And Ikoyi office too, it's loading. But in all, you can always get to know the company more on www.crystalshineng.com, or you call 0818-1234-011. Please follow us on Instagram, crystalshine_skin clinic. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show today, and I hope you honor our invitation the next time we call on
Definitely,
you.
yes. I would love to come more, and more. You're so fun to be with.
Same with you.
Thank you.
Until I come again with an exciting guest, thank you for watching.